Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Packers Daily on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Aaron Negler with you to talk some Packers after Brian Gutekunst brings back Kevin King. And I see already a very popular topic in the comments. Putting the band back together. One more run with this group. We'll deal with 2022 and the cap problems then. Right now, it's all about 2021 and gunning for that ring with basically a very similar group as to what they put together last year. Now, obviously, there's still some free agency to play out. There's a draft to be had, but for the most part, Gutekunst seems to be all in with this group, this core group. And hey, man, it's his ship. He's sailing it. He's the captain. All I can do is get on board. Good morning, everybody in the comments. Hope you're well. Colby starts us off with just a very simple comment. Garbage. Thanks, Colby. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Over the hump? Nah, we don't know, Brandy. You don't know who's going to develop, how things are going to play out. There's still very, 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 very early days in constructing their roster. We'll see how it plays out. There's no silver bullet for quote unquote getting over the hump, other than maybe staying healthy. But other than that, you can't say right now, sitting here in March, that they can't get over the hump. That's ridiculous. David, thanks for the super chat. Oh, it's moving too fast. I can't get it. David, thank you for the super chat. Why do some fans get upset over things they can't control? That's sports fandom. You know, fandom, fan, short for fanatic. There is a level of passion and irrationality to it all. I get that. It's all good. I mean, I think as I've gotten older, I've moved away from some of that. Now, obviously, I still tear apart a doll live on camera sometimes, so I can't say I'm completely clean and devoid of it. But, yeah, man, when I was a younger man, I was very upset a lot about things I couldn't control when it came to the Green Bay Packers. But after having, sat on this earth for 47 years and watched the Packers pretty much 45, 46 of them that I can remember, you learn there's most of it, all of it, you can't control. And getting upset about it doesn't change anything. I get upset during the games. There's no doubt about that. But roster construction, getting pissy about it, I'm with you, man. It doesn't really do anything or help anyone. Certainly doesn't change anything. What does committing to Aaron Rodgers look like? I have so many bad responses to that I'm going to keep to myself. As far as the Packers go, I just, as far as like giving him an extra year or two on his contract with guarantees up front, I think that's what Aaron Rodgers would like. The Packers are clearly trying to do everything in their power to keep their options open when it comes to the future. And they have been very, very steadfast in, so far, avoiding touching his contract. And there's no secret as to why. They have his ready-made heir apparent sitting on the bench, and they're going to keep those options open as long as they can. If anyone is looking for the Packers to throw a bunch of money at Aaron Rodgers, which includes more years on his contract, a legit extension, I think you're going to be waiting for a while because I don't think that's coming. But we'll see. I've been surprised before. Yosh Neiman is developing. You better, but Neiman? Is it Neiman? Neiman? I can't ever remember. But yes, Yosh is definitely developing. Vex, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Yes, King is frustrating. Sure is interesting how most fans ignore Rodgers' 2 picks and 2 failed drives. I hear you, Vex. I hear you. But, they're not in that position where they need to come back if King doesn't give up that touchdown at the end of the first half. And look, you can play the if game all the time. If Devontae Adams doesn't drop the touchdown, if Aaron Jones doesn't fumble deep in his own end, there's a lot of things that play out in that game. A lot of people didn't step up to the plate. But you're right. The 2 drives at the end or in the fourth quarter after intercepting Tom Brady twice, no question, a frustration. But nothing that they're doing now this offseason is centered around just that game. Which is clear now that they've brought back Kevin King. But yeah, you can't let that color the entire body of work, and they're not going to do that. But I hear you as far as King and the frustration and the proportional vitriol that you saw online yesterday after it was announced that he was coming back, comparative to a lot of people that didn't step up in that game. The Smiths disappeared. Darnell Savage, all he has to do is break up that first deep pass, It's the whole complexion of the game changes. Redmond dropping the interception. There's lots of things. Aaron Rodgers bringing the play clock down to give Barrett basically the jump on Wagner, which produces a sack in one of those sequences that you're talking about. There is plenty of blame to go around in that game. No question about it. Brett, thanks for the super chat. Crazy how Tampa got everyone back. Bring it on. I know. It is kind of like Gutekunst and Lick looking there going, okay, let's try this one more time. I mean, it's disconcerting in the fact that the Bucs whooped up on the Packers twice last year. Now, obviously, Green Bay, as we just talked about, played a pretty damn bad game both times, and especially in the NFC Championship game. But at least they fought back in that one. But yeah, I mean, Bucs are going to be a problem. They're going to be a tough out. No question about it. Heidi, good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining us. What else we got? Andy, thanks for the super chat. Not a Kevin King fan, but don't see how you can get mad about it when only $6 million. Also, Rodgers, no deal definitely means he's gone in 2022, right? No, absolutely does not mean he's gone. If he's still playing at an incredibly high level, they don't make the move just to make it. And again, it really depends on Jordan Love and his development and how he's looking. But they're not going to pull the trigger on a move just to do it, just because Jordan Love is sitting there, especially if Aaron Rodgers is playing at the level he was playing at last year. And he doesn't have to win MVP, but if he's just playing at a high level in the offense, they're scoring a ton of points, etc., they're not just going to move on to move on. They're just going to keep their options open. As far as Kevin King and $6 million, don't ever forget, those initial reporting numbers are never the truth. That's never the case. That is always the agent trying to basically try and pump up what has been agreed to. When the actual numbers come out, I think it will look quite different and pretty much a bargain for the Packers, undoubtedly. And again, there's no guarantee he'll even be on the roster. Maybe they draft someone, the kid absolutely plays lights out in camp, and they make him expendable. It's a possibility. I think it's a long shot, but it's a possibility. At 47, you could return kicks for the Packers. James, no, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. I think King will do well as long as we can jam the line and don't sit back 10 yards play after play. Yes and no. I think if he uses his length and gets his hands on guys, absolutely, that can play into the strengths of his game, but doesn't always win when he does that, and he doesn't always do it with such like physicality and conviction the way you would like to. Now, maybe a different approach schematically, maybe some emphasis placed on it, and a requirement to do it more. Maybe that pays off. Maybe that pays dividends. But I am interested to see how the scheme affects his game. There's no question there. Casey Hayward or AJ Bowie still possible even with the King signing? I would be absolutely shocked. They have no money. In terms of money, they have no money, to quote Despicable Me. Yeah, no, I can't see how they can unless they go to the piggy bank, which is Rodgers' contract, But Bowie, Hayward, I would like either one of those as an addition, but I don't see it happening. I'd be very, very surprised. Keith, thanks for the super sticker. Thanks for the support. Means a lot. Legless, good morning. How are you? Justin, thanks for the super chat. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be back next year. Get on the love train. No one thought Favre would be a Viking. It happens. Justin, could he be gone next year? Yes. Is that a foregone conclusion? Absolutely not. And you're fooling yourself if you think that decision's already been made. There's only so much Pettine could do. Yeah. No Bakhtiari hurt in the NFC Championship the most. You ain't lying, LJ. No doubt. Ben, thanks for the super chat. King back is good as long as we get a young defensive back. That's the thing. I still, I think this sets up very well for them as far as they will undoubtedly be drafting a corner. Now, where it gets tricky is there's a lot of spots they have to draft. They got to draft a corner. They got to draft a wide receiver. They got to draft an offensive tackle. Oh, and by the way, Kenny Clark still needs help. That's 4 gotta haves. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Nuclear Family, thanks for the super chat. How many players do you think Goody has seen and how many players are on his draft board? What role do the scouts play in helping to create the draft board? Undoubtedly, he is in the process of seeing all of the draft-eligible players. I have zero doubt he has been breaking down the tape pretty much since the end of the season. The scouts play a huge part in constructing the draft board, which is what they're going through right now. Pro days are still going on, though, so they're still gathering information. They're still, breaking things down, trying to form their tiers of that draft board. They'll have meetings once those pro days are all done. They'll kind of reconvene. Everyone will fly in. They'll have like 2 weeks of meetings where they construct the board and basically talk through every single prospect. And that is something that I don't think a lot of fans appreciate as far as the process that every team goes through, not just the Packers, but they literally have these guys, scouting department, all throughout the country who then convene on team headquarters, about a month before, maybe a little less before the draft. And they go through that process with every single draft eligible player that, they have basically scouted. I mean, that could be up to 500 dudes where they're in a group, in a room, talking through every single one of them. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. What else we got here? Fred, thanks for the super chat. I look at Kevin King as just insurance in case they don't get their guy. Could very well be, like I said earlier. It's no guarantee, and I want to see the contract to see what the language is, but there's no guarantee he's even on the 53. I suspect he will be, but I don't think that's a guarantee. I think very much it is insurance. It gives them flexibility in the draft, which is what free agency is hopefully going to do for you. It makes it so you don't have to draft a certain position. Opens things up for you. Travis. Bunch of damn sissy crybabies in these comments. I don't know why I read it in that accent, but that's how it sounds when I read it. Bunch of damn sissy crybabies in these comments. I mean, you're not wrong. Samuel, thanks for the super chat. Didn't want it, but Kevin King redemption tour. I'm in. Let's do it. Hey, he had a good 2019, had a bit of a dip in 2020, bounced back 2021. Then he hits the market and gets paid big someplace else. I'm all in. Let's do it. Let's go. All in. Vex, thanks for the super chat. Also, will Deshaun Watson have an NFL career going forward? TBD. I suspect yes, but we'll see. Do I think King is still a cornerback too, though? I'm interested to see what the competition is like, Joe. If they give it a true kind of whirl as far as maybe they draft someone, let him compete with King, maybe with Kadar Holman, Josh Jackson, etc. Or is it they, roll out Kevin King opposite Jair day one of the offseason, and that's our guy at perimeter corner? I suspect the latter, unfortunately, but we'll see. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Corey, thanks for the super chat. Actual question. Just an actual question. Guessing the cap is used to play the players we acquire through the draft. How does having zero cap space impact that? Guessing the cap is used to pay the players we acquire. Oh, I see. They need about $2.5 million, I believe, to pay their draft class, dependent on how many they have. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it makes that big a difference as far as their approach in the offseason if they are desperate to get a guy, because then they'll make a move. They'll restructure Rodgers' deal, probably maybe cut Dean Lowry in June, maybe extend Devontae Adams, create some space. But that's only if there is somebody that comes free that they think can absolutely turn the tide. If there's a guy they believe will be a huge difference maker and or a true kind of, game changer, so to speak, at a certain position. I don't know who that would be. Maybe they have their eye on someone. I doubt it. But I don't think they're going to be inhibited if, like I said, there's a guy that they absolutely love. But if that happens, I'd be kind of surprised. Amari Rodgers. Brandy, I like Amari, but I don't see him in the Packers uniform. Just doesn't seem to be their type. Nathan, thanks for the super chat. Any chance Barry uses Gary more inside as a 5-tech like the Rams did with Brock, or similar body types could kill with 2 birds with 1 stone? I do think that's a legit possibility. And you saw some of that under Pettin. They utilized him both at 3-tech and 5-tech. But could it be, say, a lot more? I think on later downs, on passing downs, I think it's a definite possibility. I don't think they want him banging inside on rundowns, on early downs. But yeah, no question about it. You got both Smiths on the perimeter and put Gary there at 5. I'm down with it, man. I have zero question that that's a definite possibility. Richard, relax, people. Let's just get the season started. First time in a Packers offseason? This is how it works, Richard. People get really upset, even though they don't play for months. Welcome. Greetings from Puerto Rico. What's up, Miguel? What do you think the impact of Funchess in the offensive scheme? I'm very curious. Again, he's another guy. There's no guarantee he's even on the squad week one. We'll see how he acclimates. He didn't even step on a football field in a Packers uniform last year. Not even talking about regular season, but even OTAs, mini camps, training camp, etc. I am very curious to see how he is utilized. I love his physicality. He's a big body, great red zone target. Is Aaron Rodgers going to trust him? Is Aaron Rodgers going to throw up 50-50 balls to Devin Funchess in the end zone? Because I think that's where he could be really kind of valuable. I don't know. Can he earn Rodgers' trust? Can he take on all of the responsibilities at that position? Not just, running the routes, but the adjustments at the line. That's a big part of it. MVS detailed some of that with Ty Dunn earlier this offseason, where people think, just add this receiver. Well, the receivers in this offense are asked to do a whole hell of a lot because of how Aaron Rodgers operates. And then you throw on the responsibilities they're absolutely required to have as far as blocking in the run game. There's a lot going on at that position, and there's no guarantee that Funchess is just going to hit the ground running. I love the idea of him, though. I love the upside. I think there is upside there, but I have no idea how he is going to acclimate to the Packers' way of doing things. And that's one of the more kind of fascinating aspects of this offseason. Once we get past the draft and they finally get on a field, I'm going to be anxious to watch that. Let's see what else we got here. Kevin, thanks for the super chat. Kevin King coming back doesn't change the fact that the Bears still suck. Kevin, couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely spot on. That is probably the best super chat I'll get all day. Thank you for your support. Absolutely 1,000% correct. Skylar, thank you for the super chat. Besides Lawrence Guy, is there anyone else in free agency you think the Pack should take a look at? Who can they afford? No. Nope. Nah. Unless there's somebody at the Dollar Tree. No, I've given up on free agency. I'm happy to be shocked going down the stretch here, but I've given up my dream of Lawrence Guy. I've given up my dream of anybody in free agency coming. It's just to getting the band back together, baby. William, thanks for the super chat. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Goot somewhere laughing at resigning King. My true story. My oldest, Madeline, is going through. She made a list of 100 famous / greatest films of all time. Some weird kind of, I don't know what the criteria was, but Dark Knight was on it. So we just watched it this past weekend, and the image of Gutekunst lighting money on fire is certainly apt. I'll tell you that. That's a good one. Somebody needs to make that meme. How do I super chat? Packers positive. You got to do it on YouTube. Can't be done on the old tweet machine. Funchess could just be cut too. Kenny, literally the first thing I said is that there's no guarantee he even makes the roster. Number one, first thing I said. So yes, I agree. Bring back Big Dog. I know, I'm kind of surprised he isn't back in the fold yet. A little bit surprised. I don't know. Maybe they're talking to Aaron Rodgers. We know how much you like Big Dog, but our hands are tied. We'd love to make a move, but maybe take a pay cut. I'm kidding. Of course, they're not saying that, but yeah, Big Dog not being back is a bit of a surprise. There's still time though. Ron, it's pretty spot on right there. Ron says, Packers fans want every undrafted free agent ever created and hate most undrafted free agents re-signed, as they always want the new shining object. Man, that has been the truth for years. No doubt about it. Matt, no. Let's just draft Mac Jones and watch Packers Twitter burn. Oh my God, no. I don't feel sorry for the Bears. I feel sorry for Andy Dalton. Scott, I hear you, but Andy's getting paid. He'll be okay. They need a safety regardless for depth. Yeah, okay. Probably. I like their safety tandem that they've got right now in Amos and Savage. But I hear you on the depth side. I mean, I think an improvement from Redmond and the like would definitely be welcome. And I don't doubt that Probably later in the draft, maybe an undrafted free agent or two they bring in to compete. I'd be surprised if they used free agency dollars on it. Kevin King availability is not my best ability. You ain't lying. Do I see Tyler Irving coming back? Rye, I'd like it, but the longer he's out there, the more I kind of wonder. Although the longer he's out there, probably the cheaper he gets. I hope so. I think he really adds a great dimension to the offense. Obviously, his return ability is a big part of why they brought him in the first place, and he is effective in that role. I think the problem is, of course, is he can't stay on the field. His entire NFL career has been littered with injuries and missing games, etc. However, so is Kevin King's, and they just brought him back. So I hope so. I really hope so because I really like him as a player, both on teams and what he brings offensively. All right, guys, I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day right here, 10 a.m. on the social channels, Monday through Friday. It's where I'm at. Please do me a huge favor and hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you're so inclined, if you really want to support what we do at Cheesehead TV, consider giving us $5 a month on our Patreon page, patreon.com/CheeseheadTV. It helps support everything we do with the brand. And, look, I say this all the time, but it is the truth. There are a ton of places you can go to get your Packers fix on the internet. We understand that the fact that you utilize Cheesehead TV at all is an honor, really a privilege. Any Packers fan saying, "Hey, I want to go to Cheesehead TV right now and talk about the Packers or learn about the Packers or just hang out and meet other Packers fans." We love that. So thank you so much. If you can support us on Patreon, it'd be great. You can join us on the Patreon happy hour tonight. Always a ton of fun. And if you can't hop on Patreon, I totally understand, but do please hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.